The Notorious B.I.G. versus Tupac Shakur. Lil' Kim versus Foxy Brown. Eminem versus Machine Gun Kelly. Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. LL Cool J versus Cannabis. Joe Budden versus The Game. Common versus Ice Cube. Rap beefs can get pretty ugly. 1 minute you're on top of the Billboard charts, and the next you are a punchline, never to enjoy the previous success you once had. War is hell for the soldiers on the battlefield, for the victorious as well as the fallen. That being said, there is glory to be had by both parties. Obviously, should you win a great rap war against a formidable opponent, instantly you become a living legend. Should you lose a great rap war against a formidable opponent, but you gave them all they could handle, become a living legend too. Unless, of course, a rapper's mystique got damaged during the war. Let's talk about it.
Sometimes you're just done, and to get rid of it, you gotta put it in.
The great rap war between Drake and Kendrick Lamar was undoubtedly the greatest battle of words, wits, and strategy we have seen thus far in the genre of hip-hop, in my humble opinion. After the smoke cleared and Kendrick Lamar stood victorious in the court of public opinion, on almost every blog I read, on almost every podcast I listened to, and every social media post about Drake's next move seemed to be this: Drake will be fine. Just a statement, Drake will be fine, which made me think about that statement. Drake will be fine. On the surface level of that statement, of course he will. It is hard, but not impossible, for a man of Drake's wealth to go flat broke. So I ask myself, what does Drake will be fine really mean? Does it mean he goes to the studio, makes a bunch of hits, cranks out gems for the summer and winter, and life just moves forward for Drizzy as an artist, unaffected by the loss? That is what many die-hard fans of Drizzy seem to imply. I got no skin in the game. Pause. I'm not praying for Drake's success, and I'm not praying for his downfall either. What's for you is for you. He'll be fine on the surface level. Makes complete sense. Man's a millionaire 400 times over. To better understand if Aubrey Graham can come back from the great rap war, we have to look and see if this sort of thing has ever happened before. Looking for some sort of precedent is a tough cover, considering none of the beefs from the past were on this scale. So I picked 3 prior rap beefs of the past with a similar feel and similar stakes given the time period that these beefs happened in. Perhaps looking at those will provide some insight on the statement, Drake will be fine, and we'll see if this is actually true. The first beef I want to compare it to is Nas versus Jay-Z. My personal opinion is that Nas won this. In the question, though, of did anyone lose their mystique or have damage done to their mystique, the answer is no. This battle is almost a draw. One could argue Jay-Z did more damage with less bars. Being a young man when it dropped in real time is what makes being at ground zero when this beef was happening in real time is what makes me want to edge Nas the victory here. We got great music from both Jay-Z and Nas during this time period. We got the Blueprint, Stillmatic, the Black Album, and God's Son. So everyone's mystique is intact. The second battle I want to compare this to from a mystique standpoint, based on similar feels, is 50 Cent versus Ja Rule. This battle was ugly in my opinion. It is not that 50 Cent ended Ja Rule's career with a rap beef alone. It was the fact that Ja Rule already had a Mystique issue before him and 50 started beefing. DMX had issues with Ja Rule already. So when 50 Cent and DMX together are questioning your toughness on scathing diss songs, you're looking bad from the gate. 50 Cent was so hot at the time, it made Ja look crazy. The mystique of Ja Rule is forever gone. The sad part about that is Ja could actually rap, but when the mystique is gone, it's just gone. The third rap beef I want to compare it to, from the point of was anyone's mystique damaged and feel for the time, is KRS-One versus MC Shan. For those of you that weren't alive when this battle went down or weren't here yet, I will attempt to describe the feeling of the brutal loss for MC Shan. This loss was probably the most brutal. Ja Rule's loss was brutal in my opinion, but it was no way in comparison to MC Shan. Shan's L was the L that MC Shan held is way bigger, in my personal opinion. I was there for both joints. When KRS-One and MC Shan is beefing, I think I'm 17. The Bridge Is Over by KRS-One is one of the coldest diss records that has ever been recorded. It was so cold, it was hot. It was so hot, KRS-One was dissing the entire borough of Queens, and the entire borough of Queens was still playing the record. I know because I was there. The mystique behind KRS-One went through the roof. The mystique behind MC Shan was in the toilet. Ask me no question, I tell you no lie. I'm from Queens, so it hurts for me to say it. So how did Kendrick Lamar's Mystique and Drake's Mystique fare after the Great Rap War? Well, I can't sit here in front like Aubrey Graham didn't put up a good fight. Aubrey Graham really poked his chest out on this one. Aubrey Graham really was trying to kill Kendrick. Aubrey Graham was trying to end Kendrick Lamar's career. His tactics may not have been effective, but he was trying to get him the fuck out of here. That is a fact. So I can't say Drake's Mystique is completely damaged. However, because as much as I could give him credit for poking his chest out so far, and that adds to your mystique, like you ain't no punk bitch, I'm proud of you for not being a punk bitch. But when you're so brazen and sticking your chest out, when you're really antagonizing somebody and they whoop your ass after you was really brazen with calling them outside and they whoop you, that takes the mystique. That definitely knocks the shine off the mystique glitter, off of the glitter that comes with mystique now, doesn't it? On the other side of that, meanwhile, Kendrick's mystique is at an all-time high. When anybody tells somebody, I'm the boogeyman, you don't want to fuck with me, and they end up fucking you up after you stick your chest out, talk about what you're gonna do, your mystique is through the freaking roof now. Is Drake's mystique damaged so much that he will never be at the old numbers he was at? I want to say yes. That mystique, there were a lot of people that was not feeling how Drake was dragged for how that battle went down. So I will say yes. I will say it's not damaged beyond repair. I would definitely say that much. But the only way that Drake could build up his mystique, in my personal opinion, is I don't think that Drake is humble enough to get his mystique back. Anytime you lose the way Drake lost, it is my belief that Drake would have to would have to he would have to do like a timestamp series where he was really freaking going in lyrically about about being humbled by Pusha T and Kendrick, and just get his gun off and just give a lyrical, not apologize for shit, but he would have to be humbly be just like, you know what, you know, I'm still here. This is how it went down. If I could have did it differently, if I could go back and do it differently, I might have. Well, fuck, I stand on what I did. You know, the loss don't feel good, but I'm here and I'm on this next shit right now. If it came, we want bravado and all of that in hip hop. We want swagger and all of that in hip hop. We want you to stand. We want you to say it with your chest, of course. You know what I mean? You can have honor. There is honor in a good loss. You know what I'm saying? You just shoot the field when somebody gets the better of you. There's no loss in dignity in that. There's no lack of dignity in that for me. You know, I'm just, you know, there's so many bitch ass motherfuckers out there that simply won't defend themselves. What's there not to love about a good fight? Some will get punched in the head and not fight back. Other cats will experience that and pull out a strap. And lastly, what I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, the sexy and the not so sexy, big children and little, I want to admit that this video might age like milk. I really don't know if the kids care enough for Mystique. You know what I'm saying? This is a different era, man. I mean, I'm in my bag and I'm still making music and I'm still doing what I do, but I don't have I don't know what the kids, what's honorable to me and what's honorable to these kids is two different, can possibly be two different things. These kids may very well not care anymore. You know what I mean? So what? Drake lost the battle. That's my guy. I'm gonna ride with him to the freaking end. I see cats riding for Trump. I don't understand it, but they riding for Trump. You know what I mean? Some cats might not care that he took a loss and he took a bad loss. Some people these kids might not freaking care. The public at large may not care. The public may be just like, you know what? I'm just here to shake my fucking ass. I'm just here to have a playlist on the gym. I'm just here to listen to something upbeat while I push these freaking weights off of my chest. And that's all it is. I just want to play this record when I drive fast in the car, and I don't give a fuck what he does in his personal life. Oh, it is what it is.